Good afternoon, everyone. Before you are students from Tharaka University taking Bachelor of Education Arts. And today we have visited a smart farm in Tharaka Nithi County, and we are hereby to inquire more on the crop farming and animal keeping, the various types of irrigation, and how they conduct agriculture at this smart farm. This is Group 4, Group C, number 4, taking Technology 2. Thank you all. Welcome.
My name is Adan. I work in the Tharaka University Farm. In the Tharaka University Farm, we have two types of production: animal production and the crop production. In crop production, the farm is 2 year old, and we have variety of crops like bananas, sugarcane, onions, tomatoes, and even the pawpaws. In this system, we are utilizing the river water, the seasonal river water, where we started 2 years ago, and we use kind of the furrow system, whereby we use furrow systems of sunken methods, where that it can retain water for long period of time. And in that one, we have crop harvesting done after every month, and farm can generate income in various ways.
Okay, thank you. We have been speaking to Mr. Hadrian, the farm manager, who will now elaborate more on the various crop and animal farming that they are doing in their smart farm. Okay, Mr. Adrian, the farm manager and the fellow farm worker will help us understand what this sunken method is.
This sunken method is whereby you can create a bigger sunken. This area, it has a lot of, the heat is very high. Now when the heat is very high, this banana need a lot of water. Now that sunken method, if it is a larger one, it can hold water for a long period of time, as you can see. If it holds water for a lot of time, now the plant can get a lot of the nutrients from that water, from the water and from the manure. Now it can sustain the heat.
Okay, some of our members are being assisted to demonstrate how this type of method of irrigation is being used. So here are members being indulged in the activity of the type of irrigation.
Now in banana production, we normally use a lot of manure. It requires a lot of manure and a lot of water. When it gets a lot of manure and water, now there's no any other disease it's going to affect. The spacing will be 2 to 3 feet apart. That is in terms of spacing. And now when you start from the first day, it only takes around 6 months so that you're going to get your banana like this one.
Okay, so how deep are you digging this hole?
These things are dig around a meter or even 500 meters.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you. So we've been illustrated for that about the ways in which this hole is dug. We have been told it is 1 meter or 500 meters, and we've seen also the type of irrigation and how it is handled so that after the 6 months it is ready.
Okay. Yes, how are you? Yes, my name is Vincent Makini, the Department of Dryland Agriculture. That's where I teach. So we are trying to do what we call how to mitigate climate change, because where the university is a dry land, or is an azal. And so the farming that you're supposed to do here must adopt to dry areas. So with this type of farming, we call it a shade net farming. So we don't expose the crops directly to the sun because of the issue of evaporation. Usually we have very high evaporation rates in dry areas. So above you, we can see the vapor nets, the one that is green. So it helps to reduce the amount of heat intensity that is penetrating into this unit. So we try to minimize the amount of the radiance from the sun, because this place is very hot. And then the white net is an insect net, so it prevents the different types of insects that may find their way inside the structure. So it is still under construction. We are doing the first trial, and once we be successful, this is the way we'll be going in this university. So in the next 5 years, we'll not be doing our farming in the open, like the way you are seeing behind those farms. So we'll be doing our crops in these structures, especially in this dry area. So it's a technology that is very recent, and we have made the beds. These are the planting beds, 1 meter wide. This structure is 15 meters from end to end. It's 15 meters. Then this bed is 1 meter wide. We have the pads, which are 50 centimeters. So we normally raise the beds, and we are now doing the drip irrigation installation. Actually, we have a tank here. So all the water is coming into that tank. That tank is elevated. So we are working on bringing that water inside this structure. So I think by the next 1 week, we are going to do the installation, drip irrigation installation, because drip irrigation will enhance water use efficiency. That's why we are supposed to install the drip irrigation. So we will not be irrigating our crops using containers. So at the comfort of your office or lecture hall for our students, once they are planted, the system is automatic. It will continuously water these crops here until we harvest them. So we are intending to plant for the study capsicum, cucumber, and tomatoes. So with this kind of farming, you expect a very high production per unit area. You are able to control diseases and the pests, and therefore promoting the aspect of sustainable agriculture.
Okay, so we visited the second farm, which is for the animals. And so Mr. Adrian will explain to us more about whatever they are doing in their smart farm.
Here we are in now animal production farm. In here we have poultry, we have pigs, we have this ankole. This ankole, these are one of the strongest cow that we have around. These ones were first domesticated and reared in Uganda, and it was exported from Uganda. These are the very hardy animals in the desert. They are mainly for beef production, and their horns are for the ornamental purposes, as you can see. This one, they can be reared only in the regions where the climate is high, in the lowland areas. This one, they are very, very, very good animals. They are not hostile. They can even touch their horns like one I'm doing now.
Okay, so as you can see, he has explained that you can touch the horns, and it is indeed, they are not hostile.
Jina langu ni Benedict Mainge. Mimi ni mfanyikazi wa hapa kwa hii chuo Tharaka University. Mimi ndio mchungaji wa hizi ng'ombe. Sisi naitwa Ankole. Na hizi ng'ombe nzuri sana, sio ng'ombe mbaya. Hizi hata maziwa yake yenyewe ni maziwa tamu. Haitaki sukari mingi. kamua ni maziwa inaweza tumika hata kwa chakula. Tena hizi ng'ombe zinazaanga haraka sana, za nyama. Kizaa kimaliza mwezi mmoja hapana ndume tena, alafu ikiwa inanyonyesha iko na mtoto mwingine ndani, alafu baada ya kumaliza miezi chache alafu inazaa tena. Sasa kwa kila mwaka iko na ndama moja. Kwa hivyo hizi ni ng'ombe za kulisha hata area hii, kwa sababu zinaweza saidia watu sana na pesa za kulipia karo. Asanteni.
Here now we are at the fish pond. This is fish farming. In the fish pond, in university aspects of the fish pond, in fish ponds we rear, in the first harvest we reared the tilapia. Now we have mudfish. The mudfish is one of the most fish that does well in the hot climate areas, and it does not have any problems in rearing them. In our pond for now, we have mudfish. Mudfish now they are 4 months old. In fish farming, we almost rear them for the 6 months. After 6 months, they are purposely meant for now market. They have reached the market weight. Normally, we feed them with the fish pellet. These ones are now 4 months old fish. They can now feed on the growers' feeds. That is 4 millimeter. When you give them to the fish, they can normally. Now they are feeding. Now they are feeding. We have around 2,000. We have now 2,000 mudfish. Mudfish, they can normally stay for the 6 months. After 6 months, they are ready for the market. You can sell them at 500, 1,700, depending on their sizes. That's how the beauty of the fish farming is.
Okay, so we are going to speak to one of those who are involved in this fish farming.
Jina yangu naitwa Japhet Kimathi Kiraithe kutoka Mkothima. Mimi nakaa Tharaka University. Kazi yangu ni kulea samaki. Hii samaki tunanunua inakuja 2,000 ndio tunalea, na kutoka hapo tunaenda miezi 6 tukausha, na samaki hii inatuletea pesa nyingi sana, kwa maana samaki moja tunaweza kuuza 700, kuanzia 700, 600, hata ngili moja tunaweza kuuza kulingana na vile tunalea hiyo samaki.
Okay, we've come to the end of our visit. So we've learned a lot about crop farming and animal farming. So as we've seen, we've been shown the different types of irrigation, the types of crops that are being grown in this smart farm. Even though being that this region is a semi-arid place, it has being that this place is a semi-arid place, still through the curiosity of environmental possibilism, they've been enabled to make the environment to grow the new crops and enhance the green vegetation. So we've also seen the animals that are reared. They are rearing the Ankole species of cattle, and on the fish farm they have the mudfish, which they have told us takes to around 6 months to incur the weight for being taken to the market. That was the end of our visit. We've learned a lot, and we appreciate the University of Tharaka for enhancing